people next in line, lower class and social slime. They don't matter, genocide. Sick from water, sick from air. Making money, they don't care. Caesar shit, force of air. Fuck them back, it's only for they bomb. They shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape. They burn the kids. No one lives countries. Lie to your face, fight and die. Cause God forgives. Selling lies and buying time, killing people next in line. Lower class and social side, they don't matter, genocide. Sick from water, sick from air. Making money, they don't care. See their shit, force a bear. Fuck them back, that's only fair. They bomb, they shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape. They burn the kids. No one leaves countries. Lie to your face, fight and die, cause God forgives. Yeah. Coming back around again.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ron Stevens. This is Game On right here on UCY.tv. It is April the 14th today, and it's actually not a bad day. It was sunny, still a little cool, but it's supposed to warm up, so that's good. I don't see any snow in my yard tonight, so that's even better. Now, I got an email. Or not an email, I got a thing on Facebook or whatever from a listener who apparently is out of Peterborough, Ontario. Now, I guess he's been listening to me rip on a few people here, i.e. Bruce Springsteen and Bryan Adams, American and Canadian, canceling their concerts because of their desire not to offend a lesbian, gay person, transgendered person, queer person, four-eyed person, person with a point on their head, somebody with one thumb, whatever the hell their problem is, they cancel their concerts. So for the other 98% of the people, or 99.9% of the people that would have showed up to the concerts, I hope you learned something from their cancellations, and I hope you don't ever buy a ticket to see these clowns again, or anyone else that seemingly has this strange problem. Of course, all they're doing is mouthpiecing for the international globalist agenda, because that's what they're told to do. That's why they were still popular. They play in the game. They ain't pushing back. They ain't mouthing what's reality. They live in their little bubble, so to speak. Anyways, so I didn't know this, but yesterday apparently was the International Day of Pink. I didn't know that. But we seem to have an international day for everything. Why not pink? Now, we have our Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, sitting at a gay pride parade with Kathleen Wynne, who's the Premier of Ontario, and also, I forget what that guy's name is, who was working on the education. And he was, I don't know, he was a deputy minister, whatever the hell he was for education. Turns out he's a pedophile. Sitting at the gay pride parade with Wynne looking so happy. Justin Trudeau with a gay towel, a rainbow towel across his leg. And these are the people that apparently are our governments. Now, if you look up, if you go to my blog and just look up, put in the word Yuri in the search engine, you'll find Yuri Brezhnikov, who tells us about how they plan on taking the West down step by step by step by step. And one of the things he says near the end of his presentation, I believe, is don't ever let a gay person become a leader in a government, or to that effect. Now, our environment minister, he used to be environment. Well, we didn't used to have environment, but now we have environment. And now then it went from environment to environment and climate change, which is all a total fraud. Environmental movement's a fraud. Climate change is a fraud. And our environment climate change minister is gay. Ta-da! Now, International Day of Pink. I didn't know about this. So, he sent me, no, did I screw that up here? Wait a minute. Okay, here's the story. This is the Peterborough Police Services Board, or Police Service, is what it says. And it says here, I'm going to read this. I'm going to spend probably the whole hour on this pink thing. Today we unveiled our new gender-neutral bathrooms at our police station. And then there's a link to International Day of Pink. Thank you to all of our community partners. This is UN lingo. They're told to partner. Okay, and this is basically communism, socialism, fascism, whatever the hell you want to call it. It ain't what we want anyways here. It certainly doesn't have anything to do with freedom or individuals. Anyways, thank you to our community partners who participated in today's media conference to speak to the importance of creating a safe and inclusive community. Okay, now internationally, all of your police have become community police. Okay, the communitarians. Special media release. That's what this is. This year on International Day of Pink, April the 13th, the Peterborough Police Service and its partners are calling on the community to help create safe, inclusive, and positive spaces. As we acknowledge the messages associated with the Day of Pink, it is important that we build on our existing body of work and the community partnerships that have been forged. We can only create thriving communities, and thriving is another, there was the movie Thrive, which is a total crock of nonsense. And we can only create thriving, something popped up there, sorry about that. We can only create thriving communities of safety and well-being together, explains Peter Williams, Community Development Coordinator for the Peterborough Police Services. Now, why does the police services need a Peter Williams, who is the Community Development Coordinator for the Peterborough Police? What in the name of sweet Jesus do we need a Community Development Coordinator for the Peterborough Police, or any police? But this is in every town in this country now, and in the United States, and in Britain, and in Australia, and everywhere else in the West in particular. Following the leadership of our community partners recently, the Peterborough Police Service changed its single-stall bathrooms throughout the station into gender-neutral washrooms. We know... Oh, man. Wow. Gather it up, son. Keep reading. We know that people look to police services to set an example for what safety, inclusion, and well-being looks like. This one step in the right direction of what we can do to demonstrate our commitment to safe. I'm sorry. Our commitment to safe. Our commitment to safe, welcoming, and inclusive spaces, says Peterborough Police Chief Murray Rod. Oh, man. Oh, jumping Jehoshaphat. For some people, it might just look like a 3x5 sign or 3x5 sign on the door. For other people, when they see it, they know that they are being welcomed for who they are. The Peterborough Police Service has a responsibility to each and every person in our jurisdiction and recognize that some are more vulnerable and at risk than others. We look to community partners to help ensure that our responses are appropriate and effective. Okay, what are the police? Okay, what exactly are the police? They're highwaymen, they're robbers, okay? They're thieves. And they're bullies. And what is part of this Pink International Day is based on anti-bullying. And what are the police? They are the monopolized bullies of the so-called government. I mean, this is so upside down, backwards, and nuts. It's ridiculous. How does this guy stand up here and say this crap, this Police Chief Murray Rod, or Rude, it's R-O-D-D, pronounce it however you wish. For some people, okay, here we go. Kim Dolan, Executive Director of PARN, I don't know what PARN is, P-A-R-N, your Community AIDS Resource Network. Okay, so I guess it's the Peterborough AIDS Resource Network, says that the typical design of public restrooms actually creates barriers and safety risks for many people. These are systemic, shared issues with restroom design that should be of concern for all of us, she explains. According to Ms. Dolan, I take it she's a lesbian. I could be wrong. Maybe she's a transgender. Maybe she's just, she couldn't be straight. Impossible. Anyways, according to Ms. Dolan, a surprising number of school children do not use, this is really pathetic, I read this a little bit earlier. I haven't read all of this, but I did read this one paragraph, and it made me want to throw up. According to Ms. Dolan, a surprising number of school children do not use the facilities at their school, with one study finding that 40% never use the toilets at school for their entire school career. Another study revealed that 25% of students have been bullied in school restrooms. Ensuring trans inclusion in restrooms opens opportunities to create restrooms that are safer and more accessible for all, she explains. Well, she may explain that, but it doesn't make any damn sense. If 40% of the children don't use the toilets in school and 25% of the students in the school have been bullied, how in the name of sweet bajumpins does changing them to transgendered or trans or unisex washrooms make it safer? And will that encourage the 40% that say they don't use the washrooms to all of a sudden, oh, well, geez, now that it's a transgendered washroom, well, hell, I'll use that. So what they're basically saying is that 40% of the kids don't use the washrooms because they don't feel comfortable in them because they're not transgendered or unisex. I mean, what are these people smoking? Rainbows? Rick Lambert with the Rainbow Service Organization. Now, these are the things that the police are partnering with. These are the groups the police are partnering with. Okay? Our community partners. They're all lunatics. But that's who they're partnering with, because the UN tells them to partner with them. The international police are all, your local police station, police chief is a member of the International Police Chiefs under the UN. They just do as they're bloody well told. Anyways, Rick Lambert with the Rainbow Service Organization says all efforts, big and small, to build a community where everyone feels welcomed and valued are welcome. Acknowledging and respecting the needs of individuals and their right to be who they are, free from discrimination and harassment, creates the cultural foundation to build on, he says. Debbie Harrison, diversity coordinator at Fleming College, says the positive space education program at Fleming has definitely created a safer environment for everyone on campus by sparking hundreds of open conversations about gender, identity, and sexual orientation. According to the Alpine Spywak, president of the Trent Central, according to Elaine Spywak, president of the Trent Central Student Association, building a brand new student center at Trent University gave them the chance to design with innovation and inclusivity, and that they are happy to announce that all washrooms in their new center are gender neutral. It is important that Trent Central Student Association, that all students feel welcome and comfortable on campus, and gender-neutral washrooms can help eliminate the stigma and stress some LGBTQ2, what's the 2 with? They keep adding things to this. I'll never get a handle on this. This one says LGBTQ2 plus. What's 2 plus, I wonder? Individuals face when using gender-segregated washrooms, Ms. There's another Ms. Spywak explains. Now, I'm thinking Ms. Spywak is one of those in the letters there. Mr. Williams goes on to say, policing is more than enforcement of the law. Really? I thought the police were given the monopoly of force. Because if the police were enforcing the law, the actual law, and not the corporate legal system of which they operate under, the police do not operate under law. They operate under the legal system, which is a corporate system. The police are all employees of the Queen, who is the head of state of this corporation called Canada. And so the police, they're lying to you right there in his statement. He's straight out lying, or he's a complete idiot. Chances are he's a little bit of both. He goes on to say it's about working with community in ways that changes attitudes and prevents harm before it happens, he explains. Now there's another nonsensical sentence, isn't there? It's about working with community in ways that changes attitudes, okay? This is all this is about, attitudinal change, okay? The change that the United Nations and the founders of the United Nations want you to have. They want you to think of things in certain ways that they have designated. That's the way you're going to think about things. And prevent harm before it happens, he explains. Well, you can't do that. It's an impossibility. That's like the police saying, you know, our main job is crime prevention. Well, you cannot prevent crime. Okay, unless you have a cop on every square inch of this planet, you can't prevent crime. And besides, they are the criminals. So for the criminals, the police, and they are criminals, and they don't have anything to do with law, if they're going to prevent crime, then get rid of the police. More crimes are committed by the police every year than all the other criminals combined. The police job is to steal your labor. And bring you to the commercial court so that they can rob you further. So the highwaymen who used to just walk up to the coach and stick a gun in there and say, give us your valuables, they've changed it around. So the cop comes up to your window and says, do you know why I pulled you over? And I don't know what we're going to start saying to these people when they pull us over, right? You know, like, do we ask them? You know, because we don't want to upset anybody. You know, next time you get pulled over by a cop, the first thing you should ask him is, before I say anything else, because I don't want to get hauled up in front of a human rights tribunal, can you tell me, are you LBGTQ2+? Because if you are, I want to apologize right now to you. I mean, this is beyond stupid. Lisa Clark, community engagement and project manager with the Kawartha Sexual Assault Center, says the center recognizes homophobia, biphobia, transphobia as part of the continuum of sexual violence. It makes some sense out of that statement. The Day of Pink event represents a larger social movement in the city and county of Peterborough to address the needs of survivors of violence and create a collective collaborative prevention strategy to ending gender-based violence in all of its forms, she explains. The Center for Gender and Social Justice supports the police services initiative to be inclusive of all gender identities and expressions, adds Courtney Ostick, internal coordinator with the Center for Gender and Social Justice. Creating and maintaining safer spaces for people who experience marginalization is an important part of cultivating acceptance and belonging in our community. Now, all of these people that I've mentioned, all of these groups I've mentioned in this story are all partnering with the police. You didn't hear any mention of any straight people in there at all. Okay? Now, all of you straight people will now start using unisex washrooms, whether you like it or not. Because if you don't like it, well, obviously you're a problem. And if you're going to be a problem, seeing as we, all of these groups, have partnered with the police will be more than happy to come down and harass the snot out of you. So you ain't got no rights. And this whole LGBTQ2+, whatever the 2+ is, it's new to me, is all about population reduction, depopulation. Nobody in that LGBTQ +2 or 2+ can have a child. And what they've done is they've, over the years, I think it was Pierre Trudeau, our prime minister at one point in time, whose son now is our prime minister, who, when they were separating church and state, said that the state had no business in people's bedrooms. Now that was back, I don't know when he said that. It would have been in the 70s likely. And after that, right after that, all of a sudden disco showed up. And then the TV program started hush-hushing about gays and that, and then it just keeps bringing it forward until it's totally mainstream. It's to take something that's not normal and normalize it. Okay, so throughout this propaganda, kids who are maybe, not self-assured or easily influenced, these groups go after those kids. It's a freaking cult, okay? That's what it is. It's a freaking cult. And these people, they just piss me right off. That's all I can say. And here's a big sign, all gender restroom. And here's some fat woman and a fat guy. And I don't know if this is the chief of police or who the hell he is, some bald-headed guy in a pink shirt. And some fat woman who's probably a dyke standing behind him with a little, they're both, he's got a rainbow bracelet on, and she's got one of them was a rainbow too, maybe. Now there's some comments here, and one of the first one is from Jacqueline Booth. Are there options for just male and just female washrooms? Well, you pig, Jacqueline. How could you even consider that? Didn't you read the article? And the Peter Police Services respond to Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline. We have changed over our single-stall washrooms. The multi-stall washrooms remain gender-specific at this time. Sincerely, Lauren Gilchrist, Media Relations and Communications Coordinator for the Peterborough Police. Jacqueline says, people who aren't comfortable with this don't have an option. I love my gay and trans community, don't get me wrong. Now, why would you love your gay and trans community when they are taking away your rights? Okay, it's all about their rights. Well, they're taking away your rights, okay, is what they're doing. They're taking away your rights. Let's see. Anyway, so I went from there, and they have International Day of Pink. So I clicked on that, and it took me over to this Facebook thing, and posts from friends and groups. It says, here we have the Toronto Police. I'm going to put all this stuff in here. Where's the chat? Let's see here. I put this stuff in the chat. I'm probably going to have to call the Peterborough Police and explain to them that I'm not one of those things. And can I still feel safe in my so-called community or something? Because now I feel like I'm centered out. I never bothered any gay people. I never bothered any transgendered people. I don't know any transgendered people. I don't like people shoving their stuff down my throat is my problem with this situation. You can be whatever the hell you want. You can be a tulip for all I care. Just don't shove it down my face. And don't try to make me apologetic because I'm not one of. I have no patience with that kind of garbage. Now, I don't know how many people in the chat are on Facebook, but I'm going to copy this thing in anyways and shove it in there because I can. But if you wonder why these guys cancel their concerts, that's why. Because their job is to facilitate the UN agenda, the international clown outfit, right? And for all you LGBTQ2+ people out there, you're being used, okay? The cops don't give a sweet Jesus about you. Okay, all of these so-called groups are getting funding from everybody else. Okay, so again, your labor is being stolen from you and funneled into all of these groups who are getting paid to push the program. So while you're watching your hydro bills and your food bills and your water bills and your insurance bills and your gas bills and every other kind of bill you get go through the seal, and understand you're also paying for this stuff. Okay? All of these groups that I mentioned in that, and many, many more of them, are getting funded by these so-called governments to push a program to screw with you and your children. This is what's being taught in the freaking schools now. Anyways, we got posts and friends from groups. We have the Toronto Police thing here. It's rainbowed. We have a V. We have 2 books. I don't know if those are books of law or the so-called Bibles. We've got the wings. We've got the health, the 2 snakes, and a crown. This is pretty loaded out, this thing. And the laurel wreaths. Today is the day of pink, International Day of Pink. Anyone can bully, anyone can be victimized by bullying, but together we can put a stop bullying now. This is from the Toronto Police, who run around shooting innocent people all the time, who beat the living snot out of innocent people all the time, or somebody maybe stole a chunk of pizza because they were hungry, and that gives them a chance to beat the living hell out of someone and hurt them. Not come up and say, why'd you steal the pizza? Well, because I haven't eaten in 2 days and I'm hungry. Oh, well, here, do you not have a place? Here, let me give you some money, says the cop. They beat the shit out of them because they got monopoly on force. And these same jackasses are running around with their little rainbow colors going, stop bullying now. The whole purpose of the police force is to bully the so-called citizenry, the subjects of the corporation, into submission and to steal from them. And the police department has the balls to say that we're involved in stopping bullying? Give me a friggin' break. Our local police force here a couple years ago, maybe it was International Pink Day. I don't know what the hell it was, but there was a picture in the paper, and the guys are all wearing red high heels. The ossifers are all wearing red high heels. Some of them have their little pant leg pulled up. I mean, how far have we gone, man? I mean, we are so far away from reality and law, it is ridiculous. But anyways, on this site here, they have some stuff on this Facebook thing. They have a little video here, bullying prevention. And the Maple Leah girls, today's International Day of Pink. Let's celebrate diversity and stand together against bullying and discrimination. Oh, God. Oh, man, let's see. Who else is, where did I see that? Manulife. Happy International Day of Pink. Today we are wearing pink to put an end to bullying, homophobia, transphobia. Join us and celebrate diversity and inclusivity to support the LGBT community. They forgot the Q and the 2+, but who can blame them? Allies and colleagues with LGBT identified children. Share your pink pictures with us. Okay, and that's from Manulife. KISS 103 Victoria. It's International Day of Pink. Let's celebrate diversity and stop bullying, discrimination, homophobia, and transphobia. Is there any normal people left out there? You know, have people become so stupid? Here, we need to put this T-shirt on and say this? Oh, all right, I will. Happy International Day of Pink from Mary Kay out of the UK. Mary Kay out of the UK says, Happy International Day of Pink. We couldn't have thought of a better reason to celebrate. Pretty pink Girl Power. And that you can go to their website, Mary Kay. Here's another radio station, 98.1 CHFI. I don't know where that's from. Michelle Butterly and her Pink Kicks, Ian the General and Steve Roberts posing in pink in the studio for International Day of Pink. Post pics of you and your office mates below supporting diversity. Not normalcy, but diversity. Oh, here we go. The South Simcoe Police Force, Chief Beasley and PC Enright are all dressed up for International Day of Pink, a worldwide effort to reduce bullying. Isn't that sweet? Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. So if you want to be treated well by the police, a cop says, you know why I pulled you over? Yeah, to admire my pink shirt. So, diversity and non-bullying would state because I'm wearing a pink shirt, you ain't going to give me a ticket, you jackass. There's a cop standing there with freaking pink shirts on. Give me a break. YMCA Canada, well, that I can understand. Saying yes to diversity and no to bullying, and we're celebrating International Day of Pink with community members and partners. Stop bullying, and that's from the Y. Roots of empathy. You may have seen this quote before, but it rings especially true on International Day of Pink. Empathy is what they're teaching kids in school. Okay, not to fight back, not to push back, just lay down. Okay, lay down, and that's what empathy really is. Just lay down, don't think, just do as you're told. And everything will be fine, and we'll give you a little safe space if you get wound up, and we'll also get you some pills if you need them. Empathy is integral to solving conflict in the family, the schoolyard, the boardroom, and the war room. The ability to take the perspective of another to identify commonalities through shared feelings is the best peace pill we have. Empathy in the war room. Empathy in the war room, it says. These people have no clue what they're even writing down or are completely stupid. Roundhouse Radio with Aaron Johnson and Roundhouse Radio today, International Day of Pink. Where we celebrate diversity and raise awareness to stop homophobia, transphobia, I can't even say that word, and all forms of bullying. UFCW, Canada's apparently largest union of 250,000 people, holding up their big thing there. I don't know if it's Czech. Today we renew our vow to end bullying and discrimination. Now you could tell these people anything, right? The UN could basically tell these clowns anything, okay? International Day of pull your eyeball out because you have two and we're really a government of one eye. We don't need two eyes. It's the all-seeing eyes, so you don't need two eyes. So pull your other eye out. And it'll be, don't be a bully, don't be an asshole, only have one eye a day. And I'm sure these idiots would pull their eye out. It's that pathetic. It really, truly is that pathetic. I don't know who Kimberly, she is. Movies change people. Well, that's absolutely true. Today is a special occasion, Pink Day, a Canadian event set up to promote all things anti-bullying, to throw something we love into the mix today. We give you I'm with Lizzie influencers against bullying. And it is true, movies do change people, and that's why they have movies. Movies are there specifically to screw with your mind. People think they're going to be entertained. You're going to be indoctrinated. That's what movies do. That's why they're written. That's why you have stars. And that's why you have news about stars. To keep you living in this fictional fantasy world. The Canadian Royal Canadian Mounted Police in Manitoba. Thompson RCMP taking a stance against bullying and showing their support for International Pink Day. Now, if you hang around Winnipeg, Manitoba, you know that the police beat the living snot out of the native people every freaking chance it seems that they get. But I guess they're not bullying them or beating them. I don't know what the hell they think they're doing with them. This is the psychosis that's going around here. So here we have a whole bunch of RCMP, some with flak jackets on, some with not. They all have a yellow stripe down the side. I don't know what that means because they're chicken shits or what the deal is. They have to run in a gang because singularly they have a yellow stripe. And but they're all wearing pink shirts and they all look pretty proud of themselves. Welcome to Canada. And apparently it's going on in the States too, because otherwise Bruce Springsteen would have done his concert. And Kids Help Phone. What you need to know about bullying on the Pink Day. Bullying Kids Help Phone. What is bullying? Bullying is any negative, aggressive action that hurts, humiliates, demeans, frightens, and excludes someone. That's just about everything. Okay? That's just about everything. Which means you can't say anything. So they got these phone lines set up, so these little kids, and they all look depressed as hell here in the picture. If you say something to me, look at me crooked, if I'm having a bad day and I feel demeaned, then I'm going to pick up telephone, get your ass in trouble. Here's the Ontario Provincial Police Association, the OPP. Our head office staff, along with members participating in the PACE training program, are wearing pink today, it says. We're wearing pink today to support International Day of Pink. CHYM 98.7. Again, I don't know where that one's from, but it will be Canadian. From Adele, Tara, and Cash, it's International Day of Pink. Stop bullying. Are you rocking pink in support? Show us by sharing your pic. Sure. And Wade McLaughlin, I don't know who he is, but he's in here. And he's wearing pink there to show. Oh, here's a gay sweater. 99 Bob, 999 upside down 666 Bob FM. Today is International Day of Pink. It's a day to celebrate diversity and speak out against all kinds of bullying. Part of the campaign is finally addressing the one thing it is okay to describe as gay, Des Canadian Red Cross. The gay sweater is a picture of a gay sweater. If you called this sweater so gay, you'd be right. The world's first and only 100% gay object, the gay sweater, and there's a link to it. I guess where you can go buy one. It's quite an ugly looking sweater, and it has different colored buttons on it. I guess it's to do the rainbow thing. Kindness is one day fits all, unless you're not one of them, and then you're a problem. Who's this guy? Oh, the Owen Sound Police Services. Well, shit, maybe I'll call them tomorrow. They're only an hour from me. They're just up the road. Now, the Owen Sound Police, are also another group of idiots who this guy's talking. I'm not going to listen to it. He's ranting and raving here about something. Must be about inclusion and why you need to not bully, even though they're bullies. So let's see what else we got. The Ontario Human Rights Commission. Now, these are the guys that I'm trying to get to come after me. I would just love, I mean, I'm begging these guys to drag me up in front of them. The Ontario Human Rights Commission. I would just love for somebody to somehow get my ass hauled in there. Today, the OHRC Chief Commissioner Renee Mundahane and staff honor Pink Day. It's time to talk about bullying, homophobia, and transphobia, they say. To you, the Ontario Human Rights Commission, I don't even know what I was going to say there. What would I say to them? Bite me, I guess. Because I'm going to bite you back. Ontario is a corporation. Humans are animals. Rights are what are given and taken. And a commission. Okay? Bogus outfit, right from the get-go, designed to screw with people. I don't know who Richard Bugs Brunette is. I'm sure, I hope I don't run into Bugs Bunny. The Toronto Police Services again, and they're even got pink caps on. Get your pink on, says the Toronto Police Services. Take a stand to stop bullying now. Well, this is the same damn cops that wiped out that 19-year-old kid on the streetcar or the bus. All the kid wanted to do was phone his dad. And what'd they do? Shoot him 9 times, then tasered the shit out of him. Not bullies. That's not bullying. They felt threatened. No wonder they felt threatened. They're all dressed in pink. I'm sure some of these police are going to start shooting at their own damn shadows pretty soon because they feel threatened. Dwight Ball, Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. This is how deep this is, people. Like I said, they're not going to bomb us, okay, to drive us into this new world order horse shit, this globalist, nonsensical governance out of the United Nations. They're not going to take us down that way. And Yuri Brezhnikov, if you want to listen to it, just look it up. You'll find it. Or you can go to my blog, canadiantruths.wordpress.com, and get to the search engine and just jam Yuri in there. That's all you got to put in there, Y-U-R-I, into that search engine, and listen to this man. And you'll see how much trouble we're in. It's not too late. It's never going to be too late. But the more they tie us down, the harder it is going to be to get loose from these lunatics. Okay? We're giving them way, way, way too much rope. Okay? They are getting away with bloody freaking murder here, and we're allowing it. Okay? So anything bad happens to us, we deserve it because we allowed it. And but we got to put our foot down somewhere here. I've said for long as I can remember, they cannot bomb the West. They can have false flags in that and try to tie us down tighter, but they can't just roll in here and bomb the West because the West has been bombing everybody else. Okay? So they ain't going to bomb us. They're going to take us down quietly. Hell, they've conned everybody into thinking the gazillion of people they've killed over the years was for some, justifiable purpose, which it wasn't. Okay? Anyways, we have Dwight Ball, Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador. Today our government proudly wears pink to celebrate diversity and help stop discrimination and bullying. Ridley College, happy, happy, happy day of pink from Ridley College Positive Space Group. Happy Pride Week they have underneath of that. There's the Toronto Police rainbow logo with a beaver on the top of it. Toronto Public Library Workers Union, CUPE Ontario, all unions. Oh, here's the beer store, for crying out loud. The beer store. Now, I'm sure the beer store is just, I'm sure that 99.9% of their customers are one of these letters. So they're out. Time to stop bullying. Vitalife all natural dog treats. You can't even buy yourself a dog treat or your dog a dog treat because the dog's wearing pink. What are you wearing? It says. Got the dress. Even the dog ain't stopped. There's the London Police Services Board. International Stop Bullying. This goes on. There's another IBEW Local 353, a union. Door Drops, Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 107 is celebrating this. The Festival of Literary Diversity is celebrating it. The Trent Central Student Association, all dressed up in pink, with a police chief in the hallway of the school. Oh, no, that's not. That's at the Peterborough Police Station. Yeah. Let's see, Burlington Public Library. It doesn't seem to matter what, the Kitchener Soccer Club. Just as brilliant. Toronto Police Association again. Department of Gynecology and Newborn Care, all dressed up in pink. This is really sad, man. This is where we've come to. But I've been telling people for years, that you gotta, if you don't study the United Nations and read their documents and Rockefeller documents, I know a lot of people don't have time to do it. It's a huge undertaking, but this is what's going on. Okay, it's all out of there, and they're messing with your heads. Midland Public Library. Orthodontic specialists. On Wednesdays, we are pink. Orangeville Police Services. So all of your police services are involved in this. There's Chris Biddle, MP, dressed in pink. Have a nice gay day. Owens Art Gallery. I mean, one good thing about this is that you can go through this and decide who you don't want to deal with. Is what you can do. You really need to. I mean, I stopped drinking Tim Hortons coffee years and years and years ago when I saw Earth Hour on their window of the door, and then I went and searched through their website and found them connected to a depopulation group. Through their environment link. And so that was the last day that I ever drank a Tim Hortons coffee. I wouldn't go in the building. So, if you're still doing this and going to Tim Hortons, then get out your pink shirt. Get out your depopulation shirt. Get out your UN shirt. Get out the end of your individual shirt. One Insurance, Selkirk, Maine. Is involved in this. Girls Night Out Wines is involved in this. London Abused Women's Center is involved in this. Valentine Fine Foods is involved in this. So go through all of this stuff and see what you find out. I think you will be disgusted. Now, over here, I want to put this in here because here you have the leaders of the three main political part. Oh no, I think I just saw her in there too, did I? Elizabeth May? I don't know. But anyways, this is the Canadian Centre for Gender and Sexual Diversity. Let's see, our country's basically going in the toilet. We're $1 trillion in the frickin' hole. And I think that's the link. And this is big, a big thing for this outfit. So yeah, if you go to home here, you see Trudeau, Ambrose, and McClare. And this is April 16th, the International Day Against Homophobia, Transphobia Gala. Saskatchewan election survey votes, a bunch of stuff going by here. Presented by the government, paid for by the government. It's got the Canadian government logos on here. There's that damn gay sweater again. Yeah, I mean, what the hell? Our resources and programming can be used to uplift gender and sexual minorities as well as give the tools to wider populations in building allyship. As a leader in anti-discrimination work, CCGSD runs programming all over Canada and the United States. So anybody listening from America, I want to look at this as well. Because of our hundreds of volunteers, we were able to reach over 250,000 people annually. We're also a proud leader. So we have all these programs, Day of Pink, bullying, discrimination, national community partnerships. There's nothing more dangerous than these community partnerships. And that is at 440 Albert Street, Suite C304, Ottawa, Ontario. And there's a phone number. I may just have to give them a call as well when I get a chance. The children are being taught that they're sexually active or sexually they're sexual entities basically from the time they're born. The sex education program, mostly done up by pedophilia rings, and this is what we've become, funded by whatever Canada. And but it's a good thing. You'll like it. You can. They got lots of events. They got programs that you can be involved in. Research. There's that damn rainbow flag again. So this is not by accident. This has been built upon for many, 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 many years. That's what they do. They start out slow. Okay, where it's not normal, and then eventually it becomes normal. And again, Yuri, and you get him at CanadianTruths.wordpress.com, explains all of this too. The normalization, he calls it. And this is a Soviet deal. And if you still aren't convinced that what's going on here, understand that the Reece Commission, the Norman Dodds interview, states specifically what the tax-exempt foundations were up to, because the guy from Ford told Dodd, and it is about the Sovietization of America, in other words, the West, okay? And that is exactly what's going on, and they're using all of this stuff to do it. So here we have a big list of under partners. We have a big list. Where's it end here? We have a big list of outfits that are promoting this. Toronto District School Board, Sexapalooza, SOS. We have Rainbow Health Ontario. And we're out of time by the sound of it. Peterborough Pride. One Eye Video Productions, One Eye Video. So don't forget, next year will be the International Day of pull one of your friggin' eyes out of your head. Have a great night, everybody. This is getting more ridiculous seemingly every show I do. So have a good night. We'll be back Saturday night on Revolution Radio and Sunday on YouTube Live. We're out of time, folks. Take care and have yourself a wonderful pink evening. Bye.